Hey everyone, Allison here, and welcome to day one of LOAD522, Build Your Story. I am going to attempt to film every day, but I don't make any promises because my days get away from me sometimes. So I will film as many process videos as I can for this LOAD challenge and see what happens. So enjoy them as they come. Okay, so day number one, we are starting with Big Ben. And when I was listening to Alice talk through the prompt, it made me remember that in 2017, when we visited London, it was days before Big Ben went silent for almost 5 years as they did a massive restoration on the clock tower. And so I feel like I gotta tell that story today. So I went digging through my photos, and I don't have any like super fabulous photos of the Parliament buildings and the clock tower, but I decided to blow up this one of just the clock tower because my story is going to talk about how the bells went silent, kind of a thing, which is, you don't think of London without the chimes of Big Ben. And then I just took this one, I just printed off at 4x6 with a little white border. This was just the view of the Parliament buildings in Big Ben from our river cruise boat thing. Okay, so this is going in my 2017 travel album, and when I started the album in probably 2017, maybe 2018, I pulled out some papers, and so I've just pulled out the ones that sort of pertain to England and that could be used to tell this particular story, and I thought I would just show them to you. So this is Echo Park. I don't even know if there's a date on this. It says around the world. So I could use that. I might use this one as kind of the separator page between our sort of week in Scotland and then our week in England. So I could do that, but there's also images on here that I could cut out. We'll see. This one is a partial map of London, and since we were on the Thames, I could use this one. It might be better for a story where I have smaller pictures though, because this is going to take up a lot of that. You're not really going to be able to tell that it's a map. But anyways, I pulled that one out. This is, it looks like it's a fancy pants paper called Trendsetter 2012. There you go. Very old. And this is a Studio Calico paper that I've been hoarding for quite a while. It's just craft, but then it's printed with the names of just a whole lot of different countries, not just England. Is there a date on this one? I don't see one. But anyways, it's old because we know Studio Calico isn't around anymore. And then this is from Paper House, from their Discover England collection. And this is also another map. And then on that side, we've got the one of Big Ben there. So not so good for this particular layout, but anyways, just showing you some. This is another one from Paper House, the same collection. So craft with just various cities in England. And then a very easy to use red and white polka dot on the back. This is from the new collection from Echo Park, Away We Go, one of the newer ones. The paper's called Hot Air Balloon Ride, and there are hot air balloons on the other side. I'm not interested in that, but I do like the red and white stripe. Very British. And then this one from the same line, the Away We Go line, this is called Room Keys. So again, I'm not going to be using that side with the room keys, but I am interested in the blue, and some of the words could work. I always like a good globe, and I was using globes throughout the rest of the album to sort of as a point of continuity. It's not on every single page, but so I can cut out some of these or maybe have a strip. And then that side is just arrows. This is again from the Away We Go line. And then I put in the solid cardstock from the Away We Go. There's three solid cardstock pages. They've got different color on front and back. So we've got the green, the red, and the pink, the navy, the light blue, and the yellow. So I could use one of the solid cardstocks as my background. I've also pulled in the solid cardstock from the New Day collection. Same designer, same company, slightly different color scheme, but you still got that sort of navy, a different blue, which actually works quite well with the sky color, a rosier pink, sort of grayish blue almost, yellow and green. They're calling this light blue, but you compare that to this light blue. Hang on. It's almost the same color. Anyway, so those are there, and then I had some sticker sheets left over from the kit of supplies I pulled, so I don't know, we might use some of those. I've got an alphabet that I might use, and then I've got the sticker sheet from the Away We Go line, because it's a travel themed line. So other things that I have pulled out, I've got some white alphabets. I've also got these, and I don't remember where I got them. It could have been a flare for button. I don't know. I'll try and find out and put it in the description box. But I've had these for many, many years, so time to get them on a layout. And the technique prompt was to use clocks or gears. I sort of feel like using a giant picture of a clock works for that, but I also have this collection of embellishments from the Vicky Dayton Let's Wander line, and there are like clock hands and then little brads that I could use, and then also the wood veneer stars could come in. And then I just have a selection of sort of cut apart journaling cards that I can tuck in. So that is where I'm starting. I've got to trim my photo down and pick some papers, and then we can go from there. Alrighty. So let's start by trimming my photo, and then I can get a better idea of how it's going to look on these pages. Move things around on my desk here. And this one I left the white borders on. And I'll start with them on this photo, but I might end up trimming them off. I printed this just at 8 by 10. Okay. So I am wanting to take advantage of all this sky. I think I can put my title in the sky, and then I can have my 4x6 photo either hiding the scaffolding there, because you do see it in this photo, or just kind of off to one side. Is that confusing to have the tower next to the tower? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, so let's look at my paper options here. I think I will save that one. So I'm just going to put that one right off to the side, and we already established that one's not going to work. The back side is just plain. So I could use this if I needed to matte anything, but if I'm going to matte these photos, I want to matte them onto something darker to give myself some contrast, especially since I left those white borders. That would just, it wouldn't pop enough. Craft. I'm not sure if craft is the way to go, but let's try. It does bring out the golds in the tower, so that could be a good option. But this one might be better just because the words fit better. So I do actually quite like that. So I'm going to keep that as an option. I'm going to put this one away. I don't know if I'll use the full page though. And then I do like this. This could be a good matte. I realize that you can't then see the matte part of it. But I do kind of like that as a matting option. And what was on the back of this? Oh, that one. I'm okay not using that one. And using that as a matte. So that's an option. We're going to keep that there. And I do like this maybe as a strip down the side. we could mat this one here. Pick some words. Yeah, I do kind of like that. Okay, it's starting to come together. That is maybe some embellishments. And then we're into my solids. So because I've got a lot of dark solids here, if I am going to pick a solid, I'm tempted to do this sort of a thing. Maybe not. Let's see what we got here. We could do the red as well. Or we could go light. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, I think that's where we're gonna start. Put those away. Sometimes it's just, you know, make a decision and go with it. So I think this is gonna be my background. And if I use that craft one, I feel like it needs to be cut down a bit. And I'm going to cut a strip of this. I'll maybe cut that into 4 inches. Now, matting. Do I actually want this one matted on the darker one? Nope. Definitely like that on the big. So we're just gonna get that stuff down. The thing about using a big picture is that your layout can come together really quickly because a lot of your page is devoted to the picture. Think maybe a box of this. Yeah. So that one's for what? I'm gonna cut this in half, 6 inches, but I don't want it the full 12. Or do I? No, I don't want it the full 12, but I do want it to be a little bit bigger than my picture, which is, you know, about 10 1/4-ish maybe. Okay, so let's take an inch off this one. I'll call it 11 inches and see if that works. And then we can just kind of build. Let's push these out of the way. Okay, let's see what we got. I got my red and white stripe and my craft. And if I pull it to there, you can almost read that that says London. I quite like that. Now, is there space for my 4x6? Not really, so we gotta pull everything over. And now there is space. Okay, so let's give this a light, like I just want a narrow mat. So I think I'm actually not going to use this paper because if I cut it down too narrow, you won't be able to read the words. So let's grab that dark blue plain cardstock one, and we'll just use that as the mat. Didn't work. Okay, how is this coming together? Yeah. And then got this August, which I think might be too big now. pink. Maybe. I also bought this chalkboard label. I don't know why I was thinking chalkboard, but it kind of appealed to me. But now I'm thinking, nope, no to the chalkboard. I've got this one, which I could cut. Let's just cut it down to size so we get a better idea of what it looks like here. I don't want to obscure too much of the especially the top of the tower. In the large picture, I think that's what we associate with Big Ben. I'm just going to move this over a bit. I'm okay covering it here and covering up the scaffolding because you do see it over here. And I have all this sort of sky to work with. So this could be kind of good to build a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Journaling sort of area. I don't think that one's going to work. So we'll just put that one aside. What else do I have here? Another chalkboard. I've got labels like this that I've cut from Maggie Holmes paper. Oh, that red one's nicer because then it pulls that red in. So let's see if I have another red piece. I do. So we will definitely get those in. I'm not convinced about that pink right there. I think I might need to find a different label. I don't mind the yellow, so I mean I could just cut off the yellow or the pink. And then I've got a yellow label there. Why yellow? I don't know. I've also got this one, which is just basically black and white. That could be good for journaling. And now that I've introduced that craft though, it would be nice if I had anything with that craft. So let's take a quick look. I went through, when I was getting ready for load, I went through my supplies that I had pulled out from my for my project previously. And so I have this little container with all the little journaling cards that I had pulled out. And I did a quick kind of flip through, but nothing in detail. That's the right coloring, the wrong words. Could perhaps cover that up. I'll pull that one out. You never know, might work. When I grab things that I think might work, you know, you're never quite sure what is going to work and what's not going to work. So going through it again, I never feel it's a waste of time because I always kind of catch different things that now that I've taken the page in a different direction could work. That might work. I don't want the hand, but I could use some of the other, like the brown, I think would work. From what memory serves me, I don't have a lot of like craft or cork or that kind of motif in here. So I'll just do a really quick search because this is probably not super fascinating to you. Beigey. It's just various bits and pieces that I've collected from either from cut aparts that I've used on other layouts, or they're specifically put in here because they're travel themed. These are too big, but I'm looking to see if there's any that have like the cork or something on them. That could work. I just cut it apart. which I'm totally okay with. A lot of these have been in my stash for so long that getting even a tiny sliver of them on a layout is a win. Oh, a postcard, actually. Where did that go? It's very British, that red and white airmail. Okay, we'll pull it out. Might use it as a little accent. These ones are tan in color as well. So you never know, you never know. That's kind of fun. Okay. I think that's good for now. So let's see what we got. Not convinced on that one. Maybe I don't pull in the yellow. See, like just rethinking things. I like this. I'm not sure it'll work on this particular layout. Let's just kind of put it right there. Now this one I would be cutting just like cutting it into bits and pieces. That could be good for journaling. Same with that one. I would just be cutting it into bits and pieces. So let's just do that. For this one, I'll preserve the word phrase because I can always use that somewhere else. But these could be good, you know, just kind of like that sort of idea. And then I'll do the same, and I'll just basically trim this one down into maybe a square, maybe a not so square. Just want to give myself some of that tan color. And then, oh, you know what? I think somewhere I have airmail washi tape. Let's see if I can find that. And, oh, it doesn't have the red on it. And who knows if it's still good. It's been in my stash for a bit there. And sometimes washi tape just kind of gets old and does this sort of thing where it doesn't rip properly. If anybody has a solution to that, please let me know. There's a way to fix it. Besides ripping off layers and layers and layers to get to the one you need. I do have this one. It's more blue. I kind of want to bring in some of that red. I had a red and white washi tape, but doesn't look like it. Okay. Sorry, just knocked the camera. Okay, we'll bring in the red with our little labels. Okay. I am going to actually, adhere these big things because I find sometimes if I don't make a decision on some of the big elements, then I get a little bit stuck. So I'm just going to put these down and then I can continue building the rest of it, and I can sort of play with where my embellishments are going to be. And it'll all work out, I'm sure, as long as I put things down straight. I use tape that does not like to come up again. So I do need to be a little bit confident about where my elements are going. But I've been doing this long enough that I kind of just roll with it. And sorry, my dog just popped in there. I forgot where I was, but I've been doing this long enough that I know that even if it looks like I've made a horrible mistake, I can usually sort of fix it, recover from it, however you want to put it. Okay, so question is, do I bring this right down? Ooh, well, it's stuck there now. Yeah, think I like that actually. Instead of having it over top of the photo, I think I like having it all the way down. And then you just, it's right on the light blue. And it really accents or accentuates the border there. Which means I can't really tuck anything under there unless it's very, very small. Like if I cut this down, I could maybe tuck it under. And I should have enough space where my tape is that I could do that. I don't know if I need to, per se. But let's look at some of these other pieces that I've pulled out. I definitely want to bring the red over. It's just a matter of how, what my, that one's kind of a nice journaling block too, but it's a bit big. Yeah, I like these little red, just the little bits. And then let's bring in some of that brown. In fact, let's see what it looks like. Yeah, yes, I like that. Just going to trim out the details. Now I am mixing a whole lot of collections of things. Colors aren't necessarily like the same. It's pretty close, but they're not necessarily the same. And a lot of times that means that I might want to ink the edges to have everything a little bit cohesive. But I think today we're just going to leave it. Yeah, I'm really liking this, but I'm cognizant that I can't really write on that. So I'll have to clean it up a little bit. So I'm just gonna put my red pieces away. I'm gonna get rid of that one. And there's this one. Just clean up the edges a little bit. I just did a rough sort of trim of them out of the main paper. Could look at tucking that one up there somewhere. It'd be nice if I had, yes, a little more of that sort of tealy blue color to bring up there. And could look at bringing that red, although I do have the red up there already. Oh, I need maybe this brown. I do have the craft right there. Okay, what else do I need? What else? What else? Are we going to bring this bit in? I don't know. Let me pull out that one. I don't think I need that one. See, I just like to pull a whole lot and then see what works and what doesn't. That's sort of in bringing that light blue in again, but you know, I think I'm quite happy with what is happening here. I'm just looking through these again to see if I've missed anything. There's that little red one. Okay, so let's tidy these up and get things stuck down and give myself some actual writing space over here. Oops, wrong side. So actually, you know what? I'm going to put this one in first. I'm going to pull everything over a little bit, I think. And then, yeah, I'm going to pull that all the way up. I know I have a gap there, but I can either do that. I have this sort of idea. Yeah. I like that. And Okay. And then up here, because this one's so big, I'm going to cut it in half. I won't necessarily use the half on this layout. I might do the same. Well, no, we're just going to tuck this all the way under because I'm really not worried about that flower. Now, do I want that there or do I want to bring in some red? Or do we do both? Oh, dilemmas, dilemmas. We're just going to do both. You can't decide. Add more. Isn't that the rule? Okay, so let's get my title and journaling in, and then I can play with some embellishments. So because we were there just before Big Ben went silent for almost 5 years, I'm going to get the date on here before I forget. I wrote it down. Where did my notes go? Actually, I'm going to put it up here. And the title that I thought of, but I now can't remember, was Just in Time. That's right. Now, I don't actually have any E's on this sheet, but I am going to fake it. I've got F's, and I've got an L that I can maybe chop the bottom off. Well, let's try chopping it off straight. That would be good. Now, I'll probably have to add extra glue to that, but I'll do that later. Okay, spinning backwards. Always challenging. I was hoping I could have it just in time, but I don't think that will fit at the top of my photo there. It'll go off. Yeah, so we'll just run it this way, which means my title might look a little awkward. The first bit of it might look like it's going to fall into the second bit of it, fall down, but I'll just take a look once it's in there and see what it looks like. Helps if I put things down straight. Can I pull this up again? I printed this picture at home, so it's not super forgiving for me to pull things up again. It's mostly okay. No, I think that'll be okay. All right, let's get my journaling in. Okay, so you saw that I just moved this down a little bit so that I had a whole line there to add to put my journaling in. Okay, so now that that's there, let's add some fun things. I'm pulling these out. I think my brad setter is actually at my store. That could be awkward. I might have a needle or something. I'm just going to dump these out. And then I'll also see if I want to use any of those flare pieces. And I also want to take a quick flip through the sticker book. What would... Yep. But we are going to get some dimension on that. I know it's not a clock or a gear, but sometimes you just gotta work with what you got. And I checked my stash and I don't have a lot of clocks or gears. I think I want to put flowers on this. I kind of like this, but the arrow is pointing the wrong way. Unless I put it over here somewhere, but that just seems a little weird. What does this say? The adventure begins. Well, it's not really the beginning of the adventure, this part of the journey. I'd use this travel notes one. Add a little bit more red. Okay. Because my photo is so big, I know that I don't need a lot of embellishment here. Now, are these all the same size? Yes. Okay. So maybe we just have them sort of like this. I do like things in threes, but sometimes 2 is fine. I've only got sort of 2 embellishment clusters on this layout. If I was going to have a third one, I would pull it down there, but I'm just not going to do that. So yeah, I think we can do that. So let's see if I have some sort of needle or sharp pokey thing here, because I wasn't exactly prepared for this. All right. And then I will know for next time, or for the continuing adventures of my LOAD layouts, to bring my brad setter from the store. Oops. Oh, just bent it. Trying to get it through several layers there. Might need some help. Okay, and what do we think of these guys on here? Not the big ones. The big ones are too big. These ones might work. Okay, yep, those will work. So let's get my glue. Oh yeah, and I wanted to look at the flare as well. And I might add some of the little ones, but let's look at this flare and see if it'll work. Do we put a Union Jack on there? Oops, with one of my hairs. Anybody else get random hairs on their layouts all the time? I'm not convinced with the flare. I'm not at all convinced with the flare. That one's not bad. It kind of blends in. Yep, you know what? I'll do that one. Put the lid on the glue. That doesn't help. And this one even has Big Ben in it. Okay, let's look at these little stars. Maybe dot some of them about, and then can find some, maybe some enamel dots. Okay. Let's see what enamel dots we have. I also have the adhesive brads for the Away We Go, but I think I'll save those for another time. Okay, let's pull out my enamel dots. Got the New Day. I don't know if I have the Away We Go enamel dots, or if I just grabbed the New Day ones. And then various Concord and Ninth. I was just looking, I think this is, no, I was hoping that was blue, but it's purple. That won't work. These ones will. And then I've got these Concord and Ninth ones in, oh, that says Stardust. I think that's in the wrong packet. What is the actual color? Let me find my Stardust package. Honeysuckle. These are honeysuckle, and I like how the red matches with this Away We Go line. Okay, so we got some blue. Ooh, do I want the light blue or the dark blue? Oh, no, I think the dark blue. But I've got a lot of big pieces, so I'm not going to use the larger ones. I think I just want a couple of little ones. The glue's still wet on that, so I moved it. Actually, let's do that one there. Do that one. And we'll give this star a little partner. We probably need some blue over here. A little bit. And my red. So I also like the size of these Concord and Ninth ones because they're all like, in these little teeny tiny ones are like So fun. Do I have a method to my madness? Sometimes. Today, I'm just being a bit random. I'll be completely honest. Okay. I think that is where I'm going to call it done. So thank you so much for watching this. If you have any comments, please put them in the comment box. Let me know what you think. And let's see if we can do this again tomorrow. Okay, bye.